Well, hello to everybody here in YouTube world. I am RWP, the Real World Prepper. Hello and a late Merry Christmas to everybody here, all of my subscribers, people who watch that are not subscribed. I'd like to tell all of you guys a late Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. I hope everybody did have a wonderful one. The RWP family had a good one, and very thankful for everything. And God has definitely blessed this family, and we're thankful for that. And so let me speak real quick too to something else I just mentioned, and then I'm going to jump right into this video. And you might be interested in this topic. You may have heard some of these rumblings going on. But first, I mentioned, you know, happy greetings and Christmas, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and all of that good stuff to my subs and to everybody that watches. Did you know that the larger percentage of viewers on this channel are not subscribed? So if a video has 1,000 views, there is somewhere in the range of 600 to 700 that are unsubscribed that have viewed the video, and the rest of you guys are already subscribed. So I am encouraging all of you unsubscribed folks that would like to watch my videos, please do me a favor. It helps the channel grow, it helps the message get out there, and it helps in another way, which is what I want to talk about in this video. So please go ahead and do that and stick around, and here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So first, let me show you this cool, look at this. That's one sheet of paper. All right. I can't imagine it's counterfeit, because who would counterfeit $1 bills? Unless maybe that's the genius of it all. But I received this, and it's not perforated or anything like that. It's a sheet, $1 bills. I thought that was kind of cool. So anyhow, the reason for this video, there has been some chatter on this platform and in comments and through emails and just throughout, you know, there's this whole sort of thing that's brewing in the prepper community, and this type of channel community. And this is a neat community, it really is. I have thoroughly enjoyed this community and becoming a part of it. You know, January 10th of 2019 this year was when I began my YouTube journey as the Real World Prepper, and to bring a message of preparedness and why we should be prepared, and my own reasons for why I started, which I've shared many times over, and why I believe we all should, and why I'm here to share that message. You know, I feel like I was called to be here to share that message. And so that being said, through this process, I've met lots of people, some in person, some, you know, via telephone and text, some just through emails, some just in the comments. You know, there are varying levels of these connections I've made with people. And we talk, a lot of us anyway, in this prepping community in YouTube. And again, it's a really neat community. I've enjoyed the dynamic, watching the things, you know, from other creators, and being able to juxtapose some of that versus what I've got to share, and getting ideas from one another and being able to share and relate. But at any rate, so the chatter that I speak of, dropped you. Sorry, hope you're okay. The chatter that I speak of, that was a mosquito, by the way, in December. So anyway, there's been some talk, some people talking about calling out people for calling out other people for being imposters, I guess, if you will. What do you call it? I'm not a military guy nor law enforcement, never claimed to be, and I'm not. The stolen valor thing, you know, people making big claims about, oh, they're alluding to they're some big hotshot in the world of, you know, tech and 3-digit alphabet agencies, but I can't talk about that and all this. And, you know, and I know there's people that do that. I mean, if you've watched YouTube for any length of time, surely you've come across, even in the non-prepper community stuff, I mean, there's some creators that do stolen valor content. You know, they confront folks, you know, that claim to be in the military and they're not, and all this. And I've actually enjoyed watching that kind of stuff because, you know, I have high respect for our military and frankly for our law enforcement as well, for the most part, you know, by and large. And you know, that is a horrible thing to do. I mean, we've got people who have laid down their lives and have put their lives at stake anyway, and, you know, to help us fellow Americans and to protect us and to do different things. And so, you know, to impersonate somebody like that and to claim something that you're not. Okay, so let's take it a step further. To claim something that you're not, outside of that military part of it, you know, if you claim to be something you're not, you don't have the knowledge that you say you have, and da-da-da-da and all that, it's a bunch of BS. It's bogus. I agree with a lot of this chatter that has been going on in some of these different channels on this platform. And so I appreciate a good calling out when due, for sure, I do. There has also been talk about community building and the fact that a lot of people call for community building. I'm one of them that calls for community building and thinks that's a very important thing that we should be doing, you know, for any time in our lives, but definitely for an SHTF situation. You know, after the fact, I believe we're going to need a community of people like-minded, to use that phrase, which has been, you know, corrupted, I think, along the way. Because like-minded doesn't mean hive mind, H-I-V-E, hive mind. It doesn't mean that. So another one of the gripes and chatters that's going on is calling out people for, you know, for producing content and making claims about things that would be, you know, basically, you know, there's some channels out there that say, hey, you can be part of us, but you really have to be just like us. You know, so there's that. And another gripe that's going on that I've seen that people are talking about and kind of getting on soapboxes and bandwagons about, and potentially anyway, is monetization on this platform. You know, there are a lot of channels out here that are motivated by money. They want to make a channel, not just in the prepping community, I'm talking about just at large. I mean, there's a whole lot of YouTubers that make a living doing YouTube, all right? And there are some out there that claim to not be about the money, you know, and it's not why I'm here, not about the money, meanwhile, while they're selling you a product and they're doing all that. And I'm not here to lay judgment to any of them, because I really only want to clarify a few things for myself and my own channel. And that is this. I do not do this for the money, okay? I have never set out to do it for the money. My intentions, and again, if you've been back from the beginning, you already know this, but for those who don't, the very quick version is, I feel like God spoke to me back in 2011 and told me to begin prepping, and gave me some reasons why, and has continued to grow that message in me. And my family has grown since then, and my family is all on board, and we all feel like it is something that God has led us to do. So that's why I do what I do. That's why I do this channel. That's why I share the messages that I do, and why I've made the friendships. And there's a group of people. You either make acquaintances, you either make friends, or you make enemies on this channel in this prepping community. From my experience, what I've come to learn. So your acquaintances, I am definitely thankful to have made plenty of good acquaintances. Lots of good people out there that I'm in some kind of contact with, that get to share information with me, and vice versa. That is a good thing, a very good thing. The friends that I've made, I am very blessed to say that I have made some friends from doing this platform. Sorry about that. And the enemies, I just don't care. okay? But going back to the money part of it, I didn't do this for the money, but I can tell you that myself, like probably, well, statistically speaking, I don't know what the percentages are, but the greater percentage of people here in the United States are about a paycheck or two away from not being able to pay their bills, you know, from being behind on their mortgage and not being able to pay the light bill and all this kind of stuff. And I am no different, okay? I am blessed to have a pretty decent job, pays fairly well. I'm satisfied with what I do, and it's able to take care of what we need to do. And we have, as many of you know, we've purchased a place 6 months ago. You know, we got more rural, which I realize is not the answer. You know, it doesn't mean, all right, we got a rural place, we're good to go, you know, if SHTF happens. I realize it's not as simple as that. However, it was a goal of ours, not just prepping related, but that is definitely a part of it. But that being said, you know, I need money just like everybody else does. You know, I need financial support, you know, through my job, through making sound financial decisions, through how we spend our money and how we mitigate expenses and income and balance all that stuff. So one thing that has happened throughout me doing this YouTube thing is, yes, my channel has become monetized. That was several months ago. Yes, I have a Patreon, and yes, I have a PO box. You know, yes, Zombie and I are going to Virginia on January the 20th. Check out my earlier videos or Zombie Farmer's earlier videos a week or two ago about us talking about what that is and why, if you're not already familiar. And we asked for help. And we did make the comment, too, that, hey, we're going either way. You know, whether or not anybody wants to help, but if you do, that's great. And what has happened is we have been blessed with an outpouring, and let me speak for myself. I have been blessed with an outpouring through the course of this YouTube thing. One, just for the fact that YouTube monetized me, and I've made a whopping, since January the 10th to today, a whopping $350 through YouTube ad revenue. Okay, so you do the math. Today is January the 27th, you know, or December the 27th, I'm sorry, of 2019, and January the 10th of 2019. So almost a year ago is when I started this. So 350, technically 351 and some odd change. I could look, I can't remember exactly what it is. Thankful for that. Glad to have it. Okay, Patreon. I've got, I don't know, 18 patrons over there, and I'm very thankful for you guys to be there. Every little bit helps, okay? This was sent to me, this sheet of $1 bills, which is odd, but which I love, by the way, and thank you for you who sent that. And you know, people have sent me things and have supported me financially, as well as in prayer, as well as have just done thoughtful things for me, just sent me things that are just because they wanted to, because their heart, you know, they just had a heart to do it. And that's a beautiful thing. That's the community I'm talking about. And it's not about the money, okay? It's not. I am thankful that the financial support has been there. I am thankful that I'm able to monetize my videos so that I can make a little bit of money, the $350, and again, you do the math, however much that is a month, if you figure from January to now, even if you figure from when I became monetized, which I think was June or July, you know, it's not a lot of money, okay? And I don't expect it to be, and that's fine, because it's not about that. But I do not mind taking it, because this is America and capitalism, and the fact that most of us are so close to not being able to pay our bills should something happen to our jobs or to us physically, or, you know, any kind of ways that would disrupt our financial flow, okay? So by the same token, okay, I support people that I enjoy and that need support. I am a patron through Patreon to several channels. I have sent money to people to help them, and things, and gifts, and just things that the same things that I have received, I literally have given as well, you know, and not that I'm weighing it like, okay, well, I've gotten this much and these many things have happened, so I've got to do it exactly the same way. That's not how it's been, because it's not a measure. I'm not trying to, it's not a race. It's not a, you know what I mean? It's not about that. It's about your heart. It's about feeling love and compassion for other people and doing what you think is right. And so by that same token, you know, I support people just like people support me. It is sort of the way this community works. And so what I guess ultimately I'm saying, and maybe even asking, is for the community at large. Now, one thing is imposters. Yes, imposters need to be called out. But for people to be on here and if the message is pure, okay, and if you enjoy watching them, you know, and you're down and you want to support them, support them. If you don't want to support them, don't. Even if you still enjoy them and watch them. It really doesn't matter. The fact is, it's your free right to do so. You can support somebody if you want, and you don't have to if you don't want to. Just like I have the right to accept said support and these things that come my way, you know, or I could shut it all down to where there's not an option for that to happen. That's not what I'm doing, though. You know, I'm setting up to anything that I can gain, any advantage that can be given to me, even if it's, you know, $10 a month, right? Let's say, for example, that means something to me. That's important to me. You know, that's not why I'm here, but I will certainly take advantage of that because it is available to do so, just like it is for any of us here. So I love you guys. I do. I laughed at that because, you know, one of the call-outs was, you know, this, anyway, there's some fakes out there that they, oh, I love you, I love, well, I do. I'm very blessed to have you guys here, and I mean that. And I'm thankful for you guys, and I love that you guys are here, and I just have a general love for humans in general. If you haven't figured that out from me already, then I don't know, maybe you hadn't been paying attention, but I do. I just enjoy people. I enjoy doing this. Whether or not I get any financial support, I'm going to do this because I'm called to do it. But I'm thankful that this stuff does come my way from doing this. You know, again, to the whopping tune of about $350 through YouTube. You know, and yes, I've had some people send me some other stuff, and I've had, you know, my 18 or so patrons that are on there, and that, you know, that is money that I obtain, you know, by doing this. But this is not me trying to make a living off this. This is just me trying to share a message, and I appreciate you guys being here to listen to it. So anybody who didn't like this message and found any offense on it, go ahead and click that unsubscribe button if you want to. And for those of you, the 70% or so that watch that are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and show your support that way. That is the #1 way I want you to show your support. If I have anything to ask, it is that you would subscribe to this channel, period. You don't have to send a dime. You don't have to do a thing. Just subscribe, please. And as always, just keep on prepping. And take care of everything. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Take care of your spiritual life first, you know. And come on back and watch The Real World Prepper next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.